This is me, and this is 100 investor and business owner in Sweden. That's right, I've pitched a company in front of them. But the weird part, I don't even own the company. I'm not the founder, I'm not the CEO, so how did I get there? That's the story I'm gonna tell you. By the way, my name is Judo, an engineering student who somehow stumbled upon this opportunity. Let's get back to the story. It was our last project in the final year of uni, and they told us to pick from 4 different projects that were given by 4 different companies. Originally, I wanted to pick the other projects because I have interned for them for quite a while, but it was already full. So I ended up picking this project. A project with a startup company. No one really knew what to do. The brief was vague, but I did not want to wait. I want to complete the project as fast and as perfect as possible. So I called the CEO directly, and that one call changes everything. After that, the CEO starts to call me more often. One time he said, "Hey, can you help us pitch to some potential investors?" And I just said, "Sure," not realizing what I just walked into. The time comes, I sat in a room ready to pitch. And the pitch, it goes flawlessly. Not a single thing to point out. However, when it starts asking questions, that's where the crack starts to show. That is where I realized that I don't know anything about this company and I'm not ready to be in this position. I pitched, and a week later, he told me that was the application for the International Accelerator Program. To give you more details, Epicenter Accelerate is a program where they find a potential upcoming startup that's gonna make an impact to the world and scale them up, bring them globally. And surprisingly, we were accepted to be the 12 finalists from 70 startups to be a part of this Accelerate program. Yeah. We were the finalists, and that is actually where the real works begins. I officially joined the company as a platform tester, but then I feel like more work starts to come in. I became something else, the only person that shows up. Every week, I was the one sending documents, answering questions, finding the answer for those questions, creating the canvas, and actually plan for the business side of the company, including refining the pitch. At one point, I feel like I'm actually doing the work of a founder, but I wasn't one. And the ultimate goal of this program is to actually go to pitch in Thailand Pitch Day, which is a gigantic event where the 100 plus investor, business owner, entrepreneurs from around the world listening to us. And when the time comes that I actually have to go to Sweden, there were some complications and that I have to be in Sweden alone for a week. For a week, it was just me. No teams, no backup, just the coach and I working to refine the pitch over and over again. And during that week, I actually explored the city on my own, travel around, find places to see, tourist attractions, having some fun. You can go look at the vlog right this corner. But after that week, the fun starts to vanish. They finally arrived the rehearsal days with the coach. And mind you, the coach haven't heard the pitch before. And the pitch will only last 3 minutes. So I have to put in as little and as meaningful information as I possibly can. And after the rehearsal is finished, I thought I nailed it. I didn't miss a word. But the coach said it was great. It was almost perfect. The only thing is that it's too long. I'm 12 seconds over the time limit, so I had to trim it. And then came the big day, Thailand Pitch Day. The night before, I made sure that I practice as much as I possibly can. I practiced over 50 times, and every time more perfect than the last. But on that day, something actually slipped. I did great from the start up until the midway point, and I start to blank.
All events.
I was quiet for a second, and I start to blank out. The word did not come out of my mouth. At that moment, 1 second felt like an eternity. I finished 2 seconds over time, which is not bad, but then the biggest part comes around the Q&A section, and the investor have laid out this story for a long while until they get to the questions. I kind of got lost in his story, so I answered it off the topic entirely.
I think the question was on your traction for revenue, your estimate for this year.
The coach has to brought me back, and I was like, oh crap, and I need to answer it again. I walked off the stage thinking I absolutely blew it. Each time that I practiced did not pay off. But it turns out that those investor wasn't the only person in the room. They're investor online, and also they are business owners, event organizers that listen to our pitch. And because of that one pitch, we are getting in contact with the event organizer there in Sweden. We are organizing an event in the upcoming months in Sweden, and that we are in contact with the biggest creative artist hub in Nordics. And a few investor has actually reached out to the CEO, interested in investing in the company. I did not plan for any of this. I just said yes to the things that I wasn't ready for. And that yes has actually led me to this point. I still don't own a company. I'm not the CEO or any integral part to the company, but I showed up. And that is what made the difference.